Rebound Kansas City is our commitment to help you recover from the impact of coronavirus. How do you know if a bad habit you picked up during the 2+ months of staying at home might really be the beginnings of an addiction? In part 2 of a Rebound KC report this morning, I talked to people who have made serious changes during the pandemic and learned how to spot the problem maybe in its earliest stages. Maybe you watched way too much television during the stay-at-home orders or ate a few too many frozen pizzas by yourself. We all had different methods of coping with the pandemic. But will you be able to stop your bad habit, or will you carry it with you?
And the one thing that I if you were asking me how do I separate this as am I addicted to this or is this just a bad habit, it's those moments when you say to yourself, I probably shouldn't do this, and then you do it. It's that internal battle where it's the conscious telling you that, yeah, probably not a good idea, but then you go ahead and do it anyway.
Tyler Jinks counsels men addicted to sex and pornography. He says addiction is about your brain learning how to make you feel better.
Your brain, regardless of alcohol, tobacco, is something we can get addicted to, pornography, any of these things. We're creating new pathways, neural pathways. So if it wasn't something that was there before and you created it and it created, those endorphins we were talking about before, your body wants to recreate that.
I spoke to one man who realized during the first days of the pandemic that his bad habit of drinking beer was much more than that.
It would be just a maintenance, more of like, hey, I feel bad right now, and I need to have 3, 4, 5, 6 beers just to kind of feel okay.
Laid off from his job, he told me he spent basically a week in mid-March drunk.
I stopped communicating. I stopped doing some of the things that a normal person would do.
Yeah.
Someone would text me, and it would take me hours to get back with them because I didn't really care. Like, well, no, I'm doing other things. I'm watching TV, playing video games, and drinking. That was more important to me than responding to a simple text message.
Jake hit rock bottom, but now, with counseling, he's more than 70 days sober. That story won't be the same for everyone on the cusp of addiction.
When anxiety is up.
Brooke Wesley counsels people with eating disorders, and she says the key is to be aware of what your battle really looks like.
So it's normal for us to have, a bad few weeks or really have a rough transition time.
Sure.
And we don't want everybody who's having a rough transition time to feel like they now have this diagnosis. If the binging behavior has become more of a pattern, more ritualistic, and I'm doing that daily or several times a week, or I notice that I'm really medicating with food or lack thereof, or exercise, or any of the other eating disorder behaviors, then I would start looking at getting help.
So tomorrow morning, in the final part of our Rebound KC report on addiction, we'll show you why it's almost impossible to battle any addiction on your own and talk about some of the resources available right now.